Yeah, that's how I discovered acting, was because of Robert De Niro. I was just like, I want to be that person. I want to be like him, the person who, influences people, to the person who acts, the person who, can play who knows how many characters. Doesn't matter what genre, comedy, serious, comedy, thriller, you name it, he'll play it. And that's who I wanted to be after I saw the Golden Globes 2011 when they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award. You know, that was definitely one of my most, that was one of the biggest discoveries in my life, was just acting. I was just like, I was like almost 14. I was 13 and a half when that happened, and I was just like, this guy played all those characters. And I only knew Robert De Niro's name from two movies, The Untouchables and Shark Tale. Now, Shark Tale, I think you could say, was the gateway to my my acting interest. It was, of course, the DVD cover had the names of the actors on the top, and I mean, I knew Will Smith. However, I did not know the names Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, Angelina Jolie, Renee Zellweger, and Ziggy Marley, and that includes Vincent Pastore and Michael Imperioli. I was like, who are these guys? I mean, like, my mother was a little concerned about seeing those names on a kids movie. My mother's like, honey, you know who Will Smith is. I knew who Will Smith was because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Men in Black films, but I didn't know the other actors' names, of course. I was only 7 when that movie came out, and my mother was like, honey, you're a bit young to know who these other actors are. Like, you're only 7 years old. You 7-year-olds, some 7-year-olds don't know who Robert De Niro is, or you could know his name. You could maybe, Mom's like, is there a picture of him on there? And so I looked up cast, and I just thought, oh, that's him. Mom's like, yeah, he's a fun actor. Now, to my love of acting, I like really, really immersing myself into any character. You give me a scenario, and I would probably just own it, like that. Just really, really show you what I can do. For instance, I showed my acting talents in high school. I was in a Christmas play, and I actually wrote this Christmas play. It was a modern adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and I played the spirit of the past. Now, this is cool. I inspired my character from David Bowie, or I inspired the spirit's character off of David Bowie. And when I was cast to play the spirit, I did audition, of course, and they're like, yeah, you'll do it. I was like, when I got the call that I was the spirit, I was just like, yes. Okay, so at that point, I just called my aunt and my mom and my dad. Well, I texted them, of course. On the night of the play, I was ready. I didn't play the spirit. I was the spirit. I became David Bowie. My aunt was like, you're the only actor who really, really stayed in character. You were really immersed in that. And I was. And my makeup was also inspired by David Bowie. My face was all painted white with a little bit of blue lipstick. And my eyes had like these wings. It was like rainbow like wings like across my eyes. Kind of like Black Swan. And the Black Swan makeup I thought was a little bit of David Bowie-ish. I'm going to have to continue this. So stay tuned for part 2.